सो
Yes, yes.
आदित्य, मैंने तुम्हें हजारों क्वेश्चन पूछे। मैंने तुम्हारा 10 बंदों जितना इंटरव्यू लिया है और तुम बड़े काम रहे, तुम बड़े कंपोज रहे। मैंने कोशिश करी है कि इसको जितना डाइवर्स मैं बना सकूं उतना डाइवर्स बनाऊं, जितना तुम्हें मैं ग्रिल कर सकूं करूं। यू आर एब्सोल्युटली फाइन। मणिपुर पर तुम्हारा स्टैंड बहुत अच्छा था। सारे तुम्हारे स्टैंड्स बड़े अच्छे थे, तुम्हारे स्टैंड में कोई कमी नहीं थी। यूएस हेजिमनी इज डेफिनेटली डिक्लाइनिंग, वो तुमने बाद में माना, बिल्कुल ठीक है। मैरिजेस के बारे में यू वर अ लिटिल डिफेंसिव, बट थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव होकर सोचकर तुमने बोलना है।
Okay, sir.
आदित्य आचार्य, वेरी गुड इवनिंग। सो टेल मी समथिंग अबाउट योर स्टेट।
Sir, I belong to state of Rajasthan, which is prominent for two things: royalty and hospitality. Uh, One thing which people tend to not focus on much is the food. I think Rajasthani food is very good. So this is like the primary things about my state, apart from some prominent tourist places like Jaipur, Jodhpur, Jaisalmer, Udaipur, which is prominent for forts, as well as some of the lakes, beautiful lakes and all.
Are you not being too bookish, Aditya? Because your state also belongs to the Bimaru category and you are calling it royal.
Sir, indeed, definitely, we have not been able to do much very good on the economic front, but continuously government is trying to address all of the economic issues and trying to become a Viksit state by 2047, which is in sync with Viksit Bharat 2047.
Do you think that Donald Trump is responsible for the decline of US hegemony? Or is there no decline in the US hegemony?
Sir, strategically, definitely, US is going into isolationism and protectionism. But to say that the hegemony of US is declining, I think it would be too much of a statement, given that militarily, strategically, in all of the senses, US is still a very prominent power and a power which is unmatched and which can't be taken over very easily.
So, as a scholar of political science, you do not agree that there is a decline in American hegemony in the past. In the past, let's say decade or 2 decades, or even after the September 11 attacks. Is that, would that be right to say?
Sir, indeed, definitely, there is some decline in power of US, but the in the traditional sense, when we count power, we count on the militarily terms, economic terms, and the diplomatic presence of the country. And to that extent, I think the American power is not diminished. Definitely, the allies of US and
Hmm.
the impact of US policy has declined to a great extent. But otherwise, I don't see a very material decline in power of US.
Fine, I'll take it. So, have you attended any wedding in Rajasthan? Any marriages recently? So, why are the
No, sir, not really.
marriages? Okay, not, but you must be knowing about them, right?
Yes.
So, why are the marriages so controversial in your state?
So Rajasthan is typically infamous for the child marriages that take place there.
Only the child marriages? There must be
Apart
some
from
other
it,
reasons as well. Yeah.
apart
Can
from
you
it,
enumerate the other reasons? Hmm.
sir, the other reasons is dowry. Dowry is also something that is prominent in Rajasthan, uh, and the lavish weddings. I think that
Yeah.
can also be one fact.
Yeah,
One.
inequality. And the other thing is, recently the grooms of the lower caste have not been able to ride the
Yes, sir.
horses in the ghodi chadna and all that.
Yes.
All
Yes.
these aspects are very controversial. So let's say you are the DM of any district in Rajasthan, let's say Jaisalmer, yeah, whatever district you want to be, and you find such a wedding where the groom is being disturbed. What concrete steps on the ground would you take for immediate action? And obviously in the longer run.
Sir, for the immediate action, the first and the foremost priority of me as a DM would be to ensure the security of groom and his family. So for that, appropriate police protection would be given to them, and it would be disseminated that your security is my responsibility, so that they can carry out the most important day of their life in a very peaceful and a very dignified manner. Apart from it, in the long run, I would talk to the communities who are opposing any such procession, and I would try to inculcate the constitutionalism in them, that it is in best interest of all that equality and equal opportunities given to everyone and moving forward from the caste hierarchies. We need to move forward from there.
Why was the Emir of Qatar in India?
Sir, sorry, I'm not able to recollect at the moment.
Okay, I'll change my answer. Why was PM Modi in Kuwait? I'll change my question and your answer remains the same, almost the same. Or I can ask another question for which your answer would be same. Let's say, what are India's stakes in the Middle East? वेस्ट एशिया में क्या स्टेक्स हैं हमारे? इन तीनों क्वेश्चंस का ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर आंसर आप दे सकते हो. टेल मी, व्हाई इज मिडिल ईस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर इंडिया?
Sir, a lot of our energy imports are sourced from Middle East. For one, this is the prime reason that Middle East is important for
Second,
us for our energy security. Second, we have a lot of intelligence cooperation and intelligence sharing when it comes to issue of terrorism, especially terror financing. So for that also, Middle East is very important. Apart from it, the third reason is we have a very vibrant and a very large population of immigrants from India who work there as laborers or blue collar jobs. So to secure the interest of these Indians working there, for this reason also Middle East is very important.
What about the connectivity part? How is it helping India to have connectivity with the world?
Sir, Middle East can be a midway point for us to connect to the Europe. For this, we are working on the IMEC named project, India Middle East Economic Corridor, and in that project, Middle East will be a very important focal point.
So अगर वो आपके बॉल में आपको बॉल दे दे ना, अगर वो आपके कोर्ट में बॉल डाल दे कि भैया बताओ मिडिल ईस्ट में कनेक्टिविटी क्या है, तो डोंट जस्ट थिंक अबाउट आईमैक. अपनी थोड़ी सी रेंज को वाइड करो. आप ऊपर से नीचे, नीचे से ऊपर जाओ. सर, देयर इज अ रेड सी रूट, देयर इज द इंटर, हाँ, आईमैक कॉरिडोर जो जा रहा है सर. एंड देन सर देयर इज द ट्रेडिशनल INSTC थ्रू छाबार पोर्ट, इंटरनेशनल नॉर्थ साउथ ट्रांसपोर्ट कॉरिडोर. एंड सर आपको मौका मिलेगा अपनी डाइवर्सिटी दिखाने का. सर देयर इज ऑल्सो एन अशगाबाद एग्रीमेंट विच कनेक्ट्स इंडिया टू द रेस्ट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. चाहे सेंट्रल एशियन रिपब्लिक से कनेक्ट कर रहा है, चाहे यूरोप से कर रहा है, चाहे रशिया से कर रहा है, चाहे सर स्विस कैनाल से मेडिटेरेनियन सी में जा रहा है. फाइन. ओके, व्हाट वर द ओस्लो अकॉर्ड्स? डिड इंडिया सपोर्ट देम?
Sir, Oslo Accords, if my memory serves me well, it was an agreement for bringing peace in the between Israel and Palestine. And Palestinian Authority was created after the Oslo Accords. And sir, I'm not sure whether India supported it or not.
India does
the fact
support.
part, I'll have to.
India supports the spirit of the Oslo Accords, and India's stand has been very clear कि पहला तो पीस होनी चाहिए जो आपने बताया. दूसरा एक वर्ड आपको यहाँ यूज करना है, टू स्टेट सॉल्यूशन. That India and the Oslo Accords and Israel as well as the PLA, जिसका चीफ मोहम्मद अब्बास है, all five of them support two-state solution. और हमास का कंटेंशन ये है कि हमास इसके खिलाफ है. हमास इसके बिल्कुल खिलाफ है. What would you do to bring Rajasthan out of Bimaru status?
So to bring Rajasthan out of Bimaru status, we need to focus on raising the standards of Rajasthan in terms of socio-economic framework. For the economic part, we need to focus on agriculture, manufacturing sector. The manufacturing sector is not doing very good in Rajasthan. We need to bring in both heavy industries as well as support our MSME sector, especially in the fields of textiles and stone jewelry parts of the industry. Apart from it, we also need to focus on bringing the services sector and strengthening the services core of Rajasthan, so that the skilled labor or skilled workforce of Rajasthan do not go out in the areas like Bangalore, Delhi or Gurgaon in search of better jobs. So this will increase the per capita income and will also improve in long run the social characters of Rajasthan, which will definitely bring out Rajasthan out of the Bimaru category.
Okay, why is Chinese economy deflating right now? There's a lot of deflation in Chinese economy, and every store, retail store, दिन में 4 बार फ्लैश सेल लग रहा है वहां पर. तो क्यों है ऐसा? Why is it happening?
Sir, given China is an export-led economy, so they are facing some of the challenges on issue of supply chains, and their exports to the world are falling. Given majority of the economies who in past have done well today are facing a cost of living crisis, as well as uh, they are wishing to move away from the China after COVID-19 pandemic, and the internal demand of China is not very good, as it is not a consumption-led economy, uh, due to which they are facing this disinflation problem. Also, the bubble of real estate there has broken due to state policies, and that has reduced the real wages of the Chinese population. So these are the couple of reasons due to which China is facing problems on the economic front.
Aditya, are there polka dots on your tie?
So these are not precisely polka dots; these are like the squares.
Okay, what is the difference between these dots and the polka dots?
Sir, I am not aware.
Is there a dress code to be in the Oval Office or the White House? Recently, Zelensky went there and he was brutally grilled that why are you not wearing a suit or a tuxedo? Is there a dress code for Oval Office? Did he breach that? हाँ सूरज ये चाय देना यार.
Sir, I don't think so. There is any dress code for White House, and it was unfortunate that the dressing sense of Ukrainian president was pointed out, and things spiraled out that way.
So why is Jaipur pink and Jaisalmer blue?
Sir,
Jodhpur, I think
Jaipur
Jodhpur is
was
blue. Jodhpur is blue or
yes,
Jaisalmer is Jodhpur? Yeah, tell me.
sir. Jodhpur is blue, and Jaisalmer is golden, primarily yellow color, but it is also
And
known as
Jaipur is
golden
pink.
city of Rajasthan.
And Jaipur is pink.
Yes, sir.
So why this color
Yes,
anomaly
sir.
or color different variation here?
Sir, Jaipur was for the first time painted pink to welcome the Prince of Wales when he came to Rajasthan, Jaipur, and in honor of his visit, the Jaipur was painted pink, and then till this day, this tradition has followed. While the other cities are painted in different colors for various other reasons.
Okay, can you tell me the reasons? Why is it blue? I really need to know. I haven't got a good answer from
Sir,
anyone abhi tak.
Sir, Jodhpur is primarily painted, the houses there are primarily painted in blue color because Jodhpur falls in a belt where the temperatures in the summer times rose very high. So, to balance the heat, the houses are painted in blue so that they can reflect the sun rays and reduce the temperature to a great extent.
So Aditya, I'll start a monologue regarding the delimitation. Currently, the
Okay,
Hindi
sir.
heart, currently the Hindi heartland has approximately, I think, 220 seats in the parliament, Lok Sabha के
Yes,
अंदर अगर 543 में से
yes,
देखें, and I think 259 seats उनकी हो जाएंगी if I increase the delimitation amount or I rephrase the delimitation after freezing 2026 उनके बाद अगर मैं करता हूं तो 259 it will be increased. Southern states का आंकड़ा जो मेरे पास अभी है it's 132. So how do we address this political issue? So if they increase from 226 to what is said 259, they'll almost have a simple majority or an absolute majority of the house in the lower house. And many of the big ticket reforms जो है हिंदी heartland states के हाथ में आ जाएंगे. So politically also and even socially, culturally also, this would be an anomaly. और Indian federalism थोड़ा सा hurt यहाँ पर होगा. So how do we deal with this? You're a political science student. Tell me, delimitation.
So solving this delimitation puzzle is very important for the federal structure of India in long run to maintain the socio-economic and other character of this nation. Sir, this can be solved in first of all, we need that all of the stakeholders in this issue are engaged from top to bottom so that we try to form a consensus around this issue rather than imposing anything on any of the stakeholders, whether it is Hindi belt or the southern states of the nation. Sir, many experts has pointed out this puzzle can be solved either in two ways. One is freezing the issue, freezing the seats of both Hindi heartland and southern nations, southern country, southern states, But I think this will go in violation with one vote, one value issue. So this is not a very positive solution to this problem. A better approach would be that we increase the number of seats of all of India, and we try to retain the percentage of seats of southern states as commensurate as they are today. So at present, I think the southern states, the five southern states, have around 20% of seats in Lok Sabha. So if we increase the number of seats and we maintain that share of percentage, even in the increased number of seats legislature, so that will address the concerns to a great extent. And then we should also strengthen the federal structures like interstate council, so that the debate and the discussion on such issues is continuous manner, and these issues are resolved in long run.
Okay. How is Donald Trump weaponizing the dollar?
Sir, I'm sorry, I'm not aware of this dimension of
वेपनाइजेशन ऑफ डॉलर मतलब डॉलर को एक हथियार की तरह यूज करना. यू सिंपली से सर करेंसी वॉर्स. पहला चीज है फेडेक्स टेपरिंग. इंटरेस्ट रेट बढ़ा रहा है और यहां से सारे एफआईआईज बाहर जा रहे हैं, आउटफ्लोज हो रहा है, पैसा रुपी वीक हो रहा है और सब वीक हो रहा है. रुपया गिरने का कारण भी यही है. दूसरा तरीका क्या है वेपनाइज करने का? दूसरे की इकोनॉमी को डाउन कर दो, उसकी इकोनॉमी डाउन जाएगी, अपने आप उसकी करेंसी गिर जाएगी. हाउ एम आई डूइंग दिस टू अदर इकोनॉमीज? CATSA, countering American adversaries through sanctions act. Simple. Weaponization of dollar, trade war, currency war, tariff war, and ये जो FII outflows है, quantitative easing, FedEx tapering, ये सारी चीजें क्वालिफाई करेंगी. इसके बारे में गूगल करना है आपको, क्योंकि आपका 7 अप्रैल को है, आपके पास पूरा टाइम है. ये वीडियो आप ले लेना, इसमें से बड़े अच्छे अच्छे नोट्स बनाना. ओके, टेल मी व्हाई आर द इंडियन स्टॉक्स डिविडलिंग? स्टॉक मार्केट क्यों गिर रहा है?
Sir, one reason, as you rightly mentioned out, the outflow of money by FIIs. That is one reason due to which Indian stock market is falling. Another reason that the stock market is falling is that the valuations of many of these companies for a long time has been very high, due to which automatically their share prices were pegged at a higher rates. And now we are seeing a course correction in the stock markets at an automatic level, and that's why also a couple of shares in the Sensex or Nifty are falling, and overall we see a fall of market.
Aditya, there are some ornamental dogs in India, like the Pomeranian or the Shih Tzu. Are you aware of them? The small dogs, the ornamental dogs, colorful, se playful dogs. So how is the Japanese breed Shih Tzu living in India? Does it not have problem living in India?
So definitely when these foreign breeds are imported to India, and it definitely creates problem for them, given they are coming from a very different environment, which is primarily temperate kind of environment, and they have cool temperatures. And when we come to India, we largely have a tropical kind of climate, and we do not have such cool temperatures. So definitely they have problems, and due to which in my readings about these dogs, I've seen that these dogs face numerous kind of problems like fur shedding, problems in diets, changes in their behaviors. Sometimes these small breeds, due to their requirement for cold temperatures, and since they are not getting such cool temperatures, they tend to become very aggressive. So definitely these dogs are facing some of the problems.
So should government of India allow them? Recently, there was another canine which was banned in India, I think, due to its aggressive behavior. Was it Rottweiler or what? Yeah, Pitbull. I think Pitbull ke baare mein there were some issues and regulations. So what should be done? Is regulation or banning their import, or letting the cultural diversity take place? What is the way forward, according to a dog lover like you?
Sir, I think banning these breeds won't give a much better solution, given it will increase the illegal trade of these dogs. A much better approach would be regulation, as well as increasing the awareness amongst the people, that rather than importing these breeds, you focus on the stray dogs, the Indian breeds, and adopt them. And that has been a clarion call by Honorable Prime Minister. So a much better approach would be regulation, and making people aware that they adopt the Indian breeds rather than importing these breeds.
So recently I saw a reel while doom scrolling on Instagram. क्या हुआ कि a चौकीदार was being attacked by the ये वाला
Yes,
stray dog. ठीक है?
yes,
Then he started beating up the stray dogs, and then a lady and a man comes and they beat up the चौकीदार. Now who is at
yes.
fault here?
Sir, I think the lady and the person who came later, they should have not attacked the guard, as it is very unfortunate, and it will not lead to any solution. In long run, it may only increase his animosity towards dogs. One, and two, on the part of the guard, a better approach would have been that he scared the dogs through a stick rather than outrightly beating them, as it would have waned away the dogs. Because if we show aggressive behavior towards dogs, since they are animals, they will respond in a similar manner. So much better approach with dogs always is that you keep your calm, you stay cool, and try to ignore the presence of dogs and move away rather than in any manner disturbing them, hitting them, as it will only yield to negative results.
Is there any law for the same? We see a lot of stray animals, stray dogs and stray cows. Do we have a law for them?
Sir, law for in which sense? If you
Law
can
in
please
tackling
elaborate.
of
For their protection or
for their protection, yes, yes, for the laws for these stray dogs and stray cows and everything.
sir, there is a section in the able to recollect the section, but this section pertains to the fact that if any person commits a crime with dog or any stray animal for that purpose, there are even jail jail terms for such behavior with animals.
So Aditya, tell me, what is India's current policy towards Taiwan? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
बताइए.
Sir, the current policy of India towards Taiwan can be summed up in these two words: strategic ambiguity. As you correctly said, we are neither having full diplomatic relations with Taiwan, and at the same time, we are engaging with them through uh, through body like on the terms of cultural relations, economic exchanges, and some back channel security talks also. And
ठीक है.
these are like the prime.
So does the Foxconn have any presence in India? The Taiwanese giant semiconductor manufacturer?
Yes, sir. Taiwanese giant TSMC is currently investing in India in the semiconductor mission, and they are coming up with a fabrication plant for semiconductors in Gujarat.
Okay. Are you aware of the place where the semiconductor plant is being established?
Sir, sorry, I'm not able to recollect. I have read these places, but at present I can't recollect.
So Dholera Smart City में there is a greenfield smart city called Dholera. ठीक है,
Yes.
near the banks of Kamba. और वहां पर एक स्मार्ट सिटी है दोलेरा, वहां पर एक टाटा का भी सेमीकंडक्टर प्लांट आ रहा है. You must be aware of it. Even if you're not aware of it, my question is not regarding the place or something. My question is regarding what challenges could Tata have in opening a semiconductor plant in Gujarat? लेट्स से फॉक्सकॉन का भी है, वहां रिन्यू एनर्जी का भी है और टाटा का भी है. तीनों चारों ब्रांड्स का है वहां पर. टाटा का तो स्टार्ट हो गया है काम वहां पर, लेकिन सेमीकंडक्टर प्लांट में उनको चैलेंजेस वहां पर क्या आएंगे? व्हाट वुड बी द चैलेंजेस दैट टाटा वुड हैव इन गुजरात धोलेरा? बताइए.
Sir, one of the prime challenges of Tata plant in this semiconductor industry are as follows. One, these semiconductor plants require very clean water. So access and availability to clean water as well as 24/7 all-round electricity. These two.
अल्ट्रा क्लीन वाटर, नॉट क्लीन वाटर. एक आप जैसा अच्छा स्टूडेंट इसको अल्ट्रा क्लीन बोलेगा तो और नंबर मिलेंगे आप. ठीक है. हाँ,
ultra clean water.
हाँ, फर्स्ट पॉइंट इज हाइपर क्लीन या अल्ट्रा क्लीन वाटर. सर, सेकंड पॉइंट.
Sir, second point is that we do not have indigenous talent when it comes to semiconductor
Hmm.
industry. So we
Hmm.
need to source this talent,
Hmm.
train them, and retain them also, because a lot of these talent tend to eventually they tend to move outside of India to countries like USA. And the third challenge they will face is that the gestation period of these plants is very long. You set up today, but you get to reap any benefits out of those uh, semiconductor plants, say in 5 years or 7 years. So this will be again a big challenge for
तो ये
any semiconductor.
जेस्टेशन वाला पॉइंट आपने नहीं बोलना। टाटा 2026 में पहला चिप मैन्युफैक्चर कर देगा, 1 साल के अंदर तैयार है, तो आपने ये नहीं बोलना, ठीक है?
Okay, sir.
बाकी पॉइंट्स आपके बिल्कुल ठीक है। नाउ टेल मी व्हाट इज एयर डिफेंस आइडेंटिफिकेशन जोन, एडीज?
Sir, air defense identification zone is the zone implemented by enforced by rather China in South China Sea and Taiwanese area, where they restrict the movement of any other air force of the constituent states.
हाईलाइट द आइलैंड्स व्हिच आर अ बाउंड्री कॉन्फ्लिक्ट बिटवीन चाइना एंड जापान, उनके ऊपर भी एडेज रहता है चाइना का। सो व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ दोज आइलैंड्स? जापान, और रिसेंटली दैट वाज मोर इन न्यूज। साउथ चाइना सी भी है, ताइवान भी है, एंड इट इज आल्सो डिक्लेयरिंग ओवर जापान। सो कैन यू नेम दोज आइलैंड्स?
Yes, sir, I know this name. Can I take a moment?
यस यस यस।
Sir, is it Senkaku Islands?
यस, एंड व्हाट इज इट कॉल्ड इन चाइनीज? ryukyu, ठीक है?
Sir, okay, sir.
Recently, there was a website of Vaikatan with the name of Vaikatan. It was banned in Tamil Nadu. ठीक है, Government of India banned it. Why was the ban, and under what law? Due to some political cartoons they made.
Sir, I'm not at all aware of this development. I will have to read on this.
Vaikatan magazine, you should be aware. कार्टून आईटी एक्ट सेक्शन 69 के अंडर उन्होंने बैन करा है, और कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का प्रोविजन आर्टिकल 19 क्लॉज 2, और उन्होंने क्लॉज क्या लगाया है? डिफेंस ऑफ इंडिया, सिक्योरिटी ऑफ स्टेट, ये तो है। साथ में उन्होंने एक और चीज बोली है, फ्रेंडली रिलेशंस विद द अदर स्टेट्स। तो उन्होंने डोनाल्ड ट्रंप को उन्होंने बिठाया और मोदी जी को बिठाया, और मोदी जी को उन्होंने बेड़ियों में या चेन में दिखाया है। तो उन्होंने आईटी एक्ट सेक्शन 69, प्लीज इसको याद रखना, ठीक है?
Okay,
तो
sir.
ये पहले आईटी एक्ट इज ऑलवेज इन न्यूज। अर्लियर इट वाज इन न्यूज ड्यू टू असीम त्रिवेदी केस 2014 में, एंड अभी मैंने रिसेंटली देखा है कि मद्रास हाईकोर्ट ने बैन भी लिफ्ट कर दिया है। उन्होंने
Okay.
बोला है कि अगर कार्टून बुरा है तो पूरी मैगजीन पर बैन नहीं होना चाहिए, पूरी वेबसाइट पर बैन नहीं होना चाहिए, वो पोस्ट हम हटवा देंगे, बात खत्म। ओके, व्हाई इज देयर अ क्यूरियस रिलेशन बिटवीन जेएनयू एंड आजादी?
Sir, it is often manifested in wrong manner in the media.
हम्म।
The Azadi, which you are referring to, which is prominent in JNU, is not from what I have experienced in JNU, is
हम्म।
uh, not from means like that are often portrayed in the news channels. It is rather a Azadi from the backwardness of India, the caste hierarchies that are still present in India. It is Azadi from them. It is Azadi from the old decadent social structures which continue to prevail in the country, and it is rather a social movement towards the fact that where we want to make India a much better place
हम्म।
socially, economically, and culturally, so that we become a developed nation in long run.
And Modi ji has also gone to Mauritius. Why has he gone there? What
Sir,
are the states?
Mauritius is a very important neighbor of India, and the visit of Prime Minister is very much in sync with neighborhood first policy of India, where we are focusing on the neighbors. Mauritius is a state where the 70% of people of this country are of Indian origin,
Hmm.
and Prime Minister is visiting there to focus on multiple projects like uh, cooperation on the naval aspects,
Hmm.
and strengthening the defense ties of India and Mauritius. And also, Mauritius is a destination from where we receive a lot of investment. So that is also one reason on which we can cooperate with Mauritius on.
Okay. Recently, Aditya, there has been a politicization of language in India. And not just recently, it's been an old phenomenon. So, what is the most recent controversy? Why is Tamil Nadu happy or unhappy rather, even with the three language formula which is given in the NEP 2020? Hmm.
Sir, the concerns of Tamil Nadu relate to the fact that they believe that the three language formula eventually will lead to imposition of Hindi, where most of the Tamil people will start to prioritize Hindi over Tamil if they feel that there are much more economic prospects in learning language of Hindi rather than Tamil. So these
Hmm.
are like the prime apprehensions of Tamil Nadu. Apart from it, there are other controversies related to issue of NEET and other such concerns.
Aditya, are these apprehensions correct? Or it is just a political gimmick? Or it's just a jumla, or it's just a fake news or propaganda? Does the NEP 2020 really impose Hindi on the other states? This is my question.
Sir, in its current form, I don't think it would lead to imposition of Hindi on Tamil Nadu, given that in its earlier form, the structure of this three language was such that one will be the language of state, one will be Hindi, and then the third language would be any other language which
So
the
can you
state
tell
want
me
to
about the current
promote
form?
in the.
Yeah, so can you tell me about the current
Sir, the
form?
current
Hmm.
So the current form is in such manner where one will be the language of state, and two of the other languages they can pick from. They can pick any language which they wish. So in current form, I don't think it will in any way lead to Hindi imposition.
No. So I'll tell you. ये तो जो पुराना फॉर्मूला आप बता रहे थे वो तो कोठारी कमीशन का था 1960s का फॉर्मूला था आप बोलोगे
Okay.
सर द एनईपी 2020 retains the three language policy but sir it modifies the formula and makes it more liberal. Earlier there was a mandate that there has to be some language imposed from the north to south, but sir the current formula clearly says that in the three languages any two languages can be the native languages of India. It does not impose either mother tongue or regional language or Hindi or classical language or Sanskrit. Sir, there is no mention. It is very, very liberal. आप तमिलनाडु में रहकर चाहे बंगाली और पंजाबी चूज कर ले. The only thing is that two out of the three languages have to be native languages. That's it. There is
Okay,
no
sir.
other. And वो clearly बोल रहा है एक और क्लॉज है इसमें कि it is the choice of the student or the school और दी करिकुलम जो वहां का बोर्ड है स्टेट और एनी अदर स्टेक होल्डर. तुम्हारी मर्जी है आदित्य, तुमने राजस्थान में रहकर तमिल पढ़नी है और पंजाबी पढ़नी है या बंगाली पढ़नी है, ये तुम्हारी मर्जी है. सो
Okay.
इट इज ओनली, आप बोल सकते हो सर इट इज ओनली एन एप्रीहेंशन एंड इट इज मिसगाइडेड. सो व्हाट वी
Okay.
नीड टू डू इज वी डोंट नीड टू डू एनीथिंग, वी जस्ट नीड टू हैव अ डायलॉग.
Okay.
Central government or the even the linguistic commissioner, if ever appointed by the president of India or any other body, should come out in public and assure each and every state that the present three language formula does not impose any language on any particular state. Only the only clause is that two out of the three languages have to be the native languages. अब आप तीसरी लैंग्वेज को, एक और चीज है, अब कॉम्बिनेशन तमिलनाडु क्या ले सकता है, एक तमिल ले लिया, एक कन्नड़ ले लिया, तीसरा फ्रेंच ले लिया, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. या फिर एक तमिल ले लिया, एक तेलुगु ले लिया, तीसरा पंजाबी ले लिया. ऑल थ्री कैन ऑल्सो बी नेटिव
Sir,
ना.
can I ask a question?
यस
Can I
यस
ask a question?
प्लीज.
Sir, but if this will be the structure, will it not burden children with too much of languages? Given that apart from these three languages, they will also have to learn English because English is very important in today's time.
देखो इंग्लिश इज इंक्लूडेड. अगर तमिलनाडु इंग्लिश चूज नहीं करेगा या कोई स्टेट इंग्लिश चूज नहीं करेगा, इट विल बिकम व्हाट, अ फ्रॉग इन अ वेल. वो उनको करनी पड़ेगी. हाँ, अब ये नहीं हो सकता कि इंग्लिश और फ्रेंच कर लिया या इंग्लिश और जर्मन कर लिया. पहले ऐसा होता था, अब नहीं हो सकता. मैंने इंग्लिश फ्रेंच और हिंदी पढ़ी है. मतलब अब इन बच्चों को दो नेटिव लैंग्वेजेस पढ़नी ही पढ़नी पड़ेंगी, ये क्लियरली बोला हुआ है। आई कैन गिव यू
Out
द
of
प्रूफ।
three.
आउट ऑफ थ्री, तीन में से
Okay.
दो लैंग्वेजेस आदित्य कौन सी होनी चाहिए? नेटिव टू इंडिया होनी चाहिए। जरूरी भी नहीं है तमिल, तमिल भी जरूरी नहीं है। तमिलनाडु में मान लो कोई खालसा स्कूल खुल जाए पंजाब का, या कोई गुरुकुल खुल जाए, गुरुकुल कांगड़ी आश्रम खुल जाए, वो कहे जी मैं तो एक हिंदी पढ़ाऊंगा, एक संस्कृत पढ़ाऊंगा, एक फ्रेंच पढ़ाऊंगा, पढ़ा ले भाई, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। वो ऑटोनॉमी बच्चे के पास भी है अगर बच्चा ना लर्न करना। अब प्रॉब्लम क्या है? द ओनली बोन ऑफ कंटेंशन इज तमिलनाडु सेज आई इम्प्लाई या आई इम्प्लीमेंट ओनली अ टू लैंग्वेज फॉर्म। इन अ सेंस हाउ? मैं एक तमिल पढ़ाऊंगा, एक इंग्लिश पढ़ाऊंगा, मैं तीसरा कुछ नहीं पढ़ाऊंगा। वो कह रहा है मेरे पास सोर्सेज ही नहीं है, ना हिंदी पढ़ाने के, ना संस्कृत पढ़ाने के, ना कन्नड़ पढ़ाने के, ना बंगाली पढ़ाने के। इसका वे फॉरवर्ड क्या है आदित्य? What is a way forward for implementing the second native language, which is the bone of contention in all the Indian states? What is the how do we resolve it? Zoom
Sir, one
meeting,
is we. Yes,
online.
sir.
आप
I was going to
हाँ,
say this only.
आप बस यही बोलना है। बोलो सर हमें टीचर का रहना खाना पीना तो करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है आज के टाइम में। आई सिटिंग इन चंडीगढ़, मैं दिल्ली के इंस्टीट्यूट को रिप्रेजेंट कर सकता हूँ चंडीगढ़ में बैठे, और मैं एक राजस्थान के बच्चे का इंटरव्यू कंडक्ट कर सकता हूँ फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट। ना यहाँ पैसा इन्वॉल्व है,
Yes,
सिर्फ सर एक इंटरनेट का। हाँ हाँ, तो आप ये कर सकते हैं, आप स्टूडेंट एक्सचेंज करा सकते हैं, ये सब चीजें कर सकते हैं आदित्य। ओके आदित्य, नाउ टेल मी, हैज द इंडियन स्टेट फेल्ड इन मणिपुर? 2 years of death, destruction and displacement, and I'll give you the आंकड़े। हजारों मर चुके हैं, 60,000 70,000 कैंप्स में है, रिलीफ कैंप्स में डिस्प्लेस्ड हैं। कॉल स्पेड अ स्पेड, वुड यू? कि हैज द इंडियन स्टेट फेल्ड इन मणिपुर? बताइए।
sir, I think saying that Indian state has failed would be very much of a statement. Rather, definitely, the efforts of Indian state has not yielded results. But at the same time, we have seen that the both Manipur state and central government uh, has made efforts to contain the violence in the state. They have dispatched paramilitary forces. They have enabled government there to control the violence. There have been efforts for dialogue between communities, and recently we also saw that precedent rule was imposed, so that apprehensions of uh, both communities regarding the CM can be addressed. So I think we can't say that Indian state has completely failed.
ठीक है, दिस वाज अ परफेक्ट आंसर, आपको यही आंसर देना है वहां पे। सो कनाडा हैज अ न्यू पीएम, मार्क कार्नी। सो डू यू
Yes.
थिंक दैट द रिलेशंस विल इंप्रूव नाउ ट्रूडो इज आउट?
Sir, the incoming Canadian president has said that he wants to reset the ties with India. But given the kind of diplomatic spat India and Canada was involved in, we should focus more on action rather than words. There should be a, a proper official outreach by the incoming administration towards New Delhi, and same should be responded in kind manner, so that the reset can be there implemented. But rather than focusing just on words, we should rather focus on actions. What actions the new administration takes regarding Indian sensitivities and Indian interest.
आदित्य, व्हाई इज द राजस्थानी फूड टू स्पाइसी? मेरा तो कोटा में मुंह जल जाता था जब मैं कोटा, आई एम कोटा प्रोडक्ट। मेरा तो कोटा में, अजमेर में, जयपुर में मुंह जल जाएगा था जब भी मैं मेस का खाना खाया। आई लिव्ड अ लॉट ऑफ ह्यूज चंक ऑफ माय लाइफ इन राजस्थान। सो यू टेल मी, व्हाई डू वी ईट सो मच स्पाइसी देयर? इतना मिर्च वाला खाना क्यों खाते हैं आप लोग? और खिलाते भी? एनी रीजंस?
Sir, at present, though, I can't think of any particular reason. It's uh, one thing is definitely the taste buds have evolved in this way. The other thing that I can think of is that since Rajasthan is a very dry state, uh, so the kind of foods available there require too much of cooking, due to which the essence of the food at times leaves in terms of taste. So that's why I think a lot of spices are added so that the taste and the delicacy of that dish is retained.
Think that governor should be done away with the responsibilities as the chancellor of the state universities, Aditya? Do you think that? Suraj.
Sir, I think in ceremonial roles, we can retain the position of governor, but at the same time, the state governments should be given much more autonomy in terms of handling of universities, so that they can better serve their population in terms of curriculum, in terms of what output that is produced out of a university, and at the same time retaining the diversity of any state. But
What is
I don't think that governor should be the role of governor should be abolished.
आप ये सिंपल बोलो सर, his roles and regulations should be codified or clearly demarcated.
Okay.
Otherwise, there will be continuous litigation and conflict. बस जैसे एलजी वाले केस में दिल्ली असेंबली वर्सेस एलजी में उसने कोर्ट ने फैसला दिया. इट गेव द फैसला इन इन फेवर ऑफ दिल्ली असेंबली और दिल्ली काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स कि भैया ट्रिपल अकाउंटेबिलिटी की चेन चलेगी. उसने बोला लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल टू द स्टेट काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स. ही वर्क्स अकॉर्डिंग टू द एड एंड एडवाइस ऑफ स्टेट काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स. स्टेट काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल टू द दिल्ली विधानसभा. विधानसभा को लोगों ने चुना है, तो अल्टीमेटली लोगों को किसने चुना है? लोगों ने किसको चुना है? लोगों ने दिल्ली असेंबली को और लोगों ने मंत्रियों को चुना है. तो मंत्रियों का अपर हैंड होना चाहिए बिकॉज दे आर इलेक्टेड पीपल. गवर्नर का हमेशा लोअर हैंड होना चाहिए इन लेटर एंड स्पिरिट. तो इसको यही है कि हम क्या कर सकते हैं सर, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को अमेंड कर सकते हैं या तो, या अदरवाइज भी हम एक गाइडलाइन दे सकते हैं, एक एग्जीक्यूटिव गाइडलाइन भी दे सकते हैं कि गवर्नर का रोल यहां तक सीमित रहेगा, यहां तक नहीं रहेगा, टू अवॉइड कंफ्लिक्ट एंड कंफ्यूजन. वेरी सिंपल.
Okay.
3 लैंग्वेज हो गया, डिलिमिटेशन हो गया, गवर्नर हो गया. ओके. व्हाई इज मखाना इंडिजिनस टू बिहार ओनली? बिहार के लिए ही मखाना पैकेज क्यों दिया गया, मखाना बोर्ड क्यों दिया? यू वर बोर्न इन बिहार, राइट?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, टेल मी व्हाई.
Sir, makhana is produced it is an agriculture product of Bihar, and it is uh, grown there in a large scale. And they were the farm. Sorry, sir.
पानी पी लो आप आराम से.
Thank you, sir. The farmers there were not organized in terms of makhana production. There was no backward or forward linkages in continual fashion, and this makhana board will enable this establishment of backward and forward linkages and increase the return for makhana farmers. That's why this makhana board was established in Bihar.
इट अकाउंट्स फॉर ऑलमोस्ट 90% ऑफ द वर्ल्ड्स मखाना प्रोडक्शन, है ना? इसीलिए वहां को एक पैकेज देना जरूरी था. ओके, टेल मी व्हाट इज बेनालिटी ऑफ इविल?
Sir, banality of evil was a concept given by Hannah Arendt, who is a political philosopher. It refers to the fact that sometimes evil becomes faceless. And evil is not attributed to a person, rather, evil incorporates itself in a system, the way Holocaust function of Jews. So, definitely, there was a face attributed to it named John Eichmann, Adolf Eichmann. But rather, it was a much more systematic manner the Jews were persecuted, and it was whole of a system where the people they completed just their bureaucratic responsibilities, and that's why the evil became faceless, and this is referred to as banality of evil.
And what is wheel of ignorance?
So, wheel of ignorance was a concept used by John Rawls to propound his theory of justice, where the individuals they do not know any particularistic features about themselves, as like some of the examples can be where they are born, what kind of family they are born, what is their status in the society. So this veil of ignorance leads us to a concept of justice where it is much more equal.
It becomes very objective and purely procedural.
Yes.
ठीक है?
Yes.
आप ऐसा बोल सकते हैं. What is post truth?
Sir, I'm not able to recollect. Can I take an informed guess?
Yes, yes.
So post-truth refers to the fact where, due to spread of misinformation and disinformation at a large scale, uh, the truth becomes truth is not no more important, uh, and rather the propaganda that is driven by the machinery, it becomes the norm of the day.
What is yellow journalism?
Sir, I'm not aware.
What is orange economy?
Sir, sorry, I will have to read more on this.
What is creative economy?
Sir, an economy which breeds and fosters innovation, uh, and which gives chance to its entrepreneurs that they in a creative manner can uh, uh, lead their economy, and example can be, I guess, Donald Trump. Sorry,
What is
Donald Trump, sorry, Elon Musk.
what is Atma Manthan?
Sir, Atmamanthan means self introspection, looking inside yourself and judging yourself critically, and coming out with much more informed knowledge about your own self.
So, who's your favorite devotional singer?
Sir, presently, I like two people, Maithili Thakur and Rishabh Rakhiram Sharma.
Okay, is Rishabh Rakhiram Sharma a singer or an instrumentalist? I don't think he's a singer.
Sir, he sings also. He has a very prominent uh, bhajan named Shankar Sankatarna.
Hmm.
So
ठीक है.
he do sings.
What is Bhakti movement?
Sir, Bhakti movement spread in early 14th century, where there was a quest for equality due to the impact and advent of Islam in India. So there was some reform movements going on, and Bhakti came out as a product of it, Bhakti movement, where there was focus on vernacular language, easing the philosophical concept of complicated concepts of Vedas and Smritis, which can be transmitted to people in a much more easier fashion. And there was a focus on personal link between the god and the devotee.
Does a Bhakt believe in Atma? Or a Bhakti or a Sufi saint, do they believe in Atma? The concept of Atma.
So I'm
पढ़
not
लेना,
aware.
कोई बात
Okay.
नहीं, आत्मा के बारे में पढ़ लेना, फिलोसफी के बारे में थोड़ा सा पढ़ना. आत्मा मंथन, कैन यू रिलेट इट टू वेस्टर्न पॉलिटिकल थॉट समवेयर?
Atma Manthan.
हम्म.
Sir, at present, I can think of Plato's theory of education, where through the whole of process, the philosopher king, at the end of the day, he is a product of not
No,
only the state educational scheme, but
no.
also Atma Manthan.
Think of some other alternative, some other theory. Maybe his guru's theory, theory of knowledge, soul searching, dialectics.
Yes.
That is that is Atma
Yes, sir.
Manthan.
Yes.
Dialectics is Atma Manthan. सुकरात ने बोला था.
Okay, sir.
प्लाटो के गुरु सुकरात ने बोला.
Socrates dialect.
Yeah, dialectics. Your interview ends here, Aditya. I had a wonderful time with you. मुझे जो लगा मैं अपना पर्सनल फीडबैक आपको दूंगा. ऑन अ बैड डे यू विल स्कोर समवेयर अराउंड 180 185. बाकी बहुत सारे फैक्टर्स पर डिपेंड करता है, बोर्ड पर डिपेंड करता है. तुम्हारी एक अच्छी चीज क्या है कि तुम काम रहते हो. मैं तुम्हें
Okay.
जज इसलिए नहीं कर रहा कि तुमने कितने नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस आंसर करे, कितने नहीं करे. मैं तुम्हें सारे के सारे ऐसे भी पूछ सकता था आईआर से भी, जो तुम आंसर कर ही ना पाते. लेकिन उसका कोई फायदा नहीं है, क्योंकि वो नॉलेज इज इनफाइनाइट. नॉलेज चेक करने के लिए परेशान करना मतलब मैं तुम्हें पूछूंगा अर्थ और प्लूटो के बीच में डिस्टेंस क्या है, या अर्थ का सरकमफेरेंस कितना है. वो तो बेकार चीज है, घटिया चीज है अगर कोई टीचर बच्चे
Hmm.
को सिर्फ फैक्ट्स पर जज करे. यूपीएससी तुम्हें इन पर जज नहीं करेगा. तुम 10 के 10 क्वेश्चंस का आंसर नो सर बोल दो, आई एम
Hmm.
सॉरी सर बोल दो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। बट द मेन थिंग विच आई लाइक्ड अबाउट यू इज यू आर वेरी काम, यू आर वेरी कंपोज्ड। और यही चीज तुम्हें 190 दिला रही है, पक्का दिला रही है। हाँ, हालांकि कुछ चीजों पर काम करना है। कुछ चीजों पर काम क्या करो, ब्रश अप करो। जैसे वाइकटन वाला मैगजीन वाला इशू, कार्टूनिस्ट, इट इज अ डायरेक्ट इशू बिटवीन
Hmm.
व्हाट, बिटवीन द, या बिटवीन द स्टेट एंड द फ्रीडम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन। और एक पॉलिटिकल साइंस के स्टूडेंट से मैं एक्सपेक्ट करता हूँ ये आंसर। तो ऐसी चीजें, वेबसाइट बैन होना नहीं। सो
Yes,
आदित्य,
yes.
मैंने तुम्हें हजारों क्वेश्चन पूछे, मैंने तुम्हारा 10 बंदों जितना इंटरव्यू लिया है, और तुम बड़े काम रहे, तुम बड़े कंपोज रहे। मैंने कोशिश करी है कि इसको जितना डाइवर्स मैं बना सकूं उतना डाइवर्स बनाऊं, जितना तुम्हें मैं ग्रिल कर सकूं करूं। यू आर एब्सोल्युटली फाइन। मणिपुर पर तुम्हारा स्टैंड बहुत अच्छा था, सारे तुम्हारे स्टैंड्स बड़े अच्छे थे, तुम्हारे स्टैंड में कोई कमी नहीं थी। यूएस हेजिमनी इज डेफिनेटली डिक्लाइनिंग, वो तुमने बाद में माना, बिल्कुल ठीक है। मैरिजेस के बारे में यू वर लिटिल डिफेंसिव, बट थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव होकर सोचकर तुमने बोलना है।